Hi, this is Rick Levine, the astrologer at Tarot.com, here today to talk with you about the moon in Aquarius. The moon in Aquarius is an oddity to start right off because the moon is our feelings, it's our emotions. And so in a way, wherever the moon is in our birth chart is where we feel comfortable, where we feel safe, where we feel at home. It's how we take care or nurture ourselves and those we love. It's our gut feelings, it's how we respond to people emotionally. Well, the problem is that Aquarius likes to stay away from wet and messy things like emotions. Now, it doesn't mean that there's no emotionality in Aquarius. It's just more conceptual. It's more intellectual. Aquarius is an air sign, and so it has to do with mental functions. As such, the moon in Aquarius feels a bit like disconnected, and as such, the Aquarian moon people often can be very socially interactive, but they do it on kind of an intellectual basis, and they can be very friendly, very socially engaged, but often when emotions come into the picture, the moon becomes less comfortable in Aquarius than it may be in other signs. The truth is that being born with a moon in Aquarius in your chart, it's like a license to be as weird as you want. Look, let's face it, if you make a list of the people you know with moons in Aquarius, they're basically all waiting for the mothership to return so that they can go back to their home planet. It's not Earth. The moon actually moves around the Earth, and it goes through all 12 signs every month. The moon spends a couple of days in Aquarius every month, and so in a way, we all get drawn a little bit closer into being an Aquarius moon. We may feel smarter than usual, because Aquarius is arguably the most intelligent sign of the zodiac. It's inventive, it's radical, it's rebellious, it's different. And so when the moon is in Aquarius, we may feel very socially oriented, but we don't necessarily want to get lost into the group that we're merging with because we feel above or outside of the circle. The Aquarius moon is the moon that wants to engage and yet remain individual so it can be as weird as it needs to be. Now, every year in midwinter in the northern hemisphere, when the sun is moving through the sign of Aquarius, the moon comes whizzing through and it spends its couple of days in Aquarius, and when it does, it lines up with the sun. That's the new moon in Aquarius. New moons are seed periods. They're initiations. They're the beginning of the next emotional cycle. Well, what does that mean? In Aquarius, the new moon in Aquarius is again, it's a license to be you, to be weird, to be different. And as such, at the new moon in Aquarius, each and every one of us should be thinking, what is it that I can do that is more me, more unique, more different than anything that anyone else wants me to do? It's not about what you expect of me. It's about what comes from my inside that makes me unique and makes me different. At the new moon in Aquarius, it's our cosmic call to state our intentions of how we choose to be part of humanity and yet bring to that large party something that is totally unique and totally different. 6 months later, in the middle of summer, when the sun is going through bright and shiny Leo, when the moon goes through Aquarius, it's the opposite sign, and so now we have the full moon in Aquarius, again in midsummer in the northern hemisphere. In the midsummer, the sun is out and everything, it's WYSIWYG, to use a computer word. It's what you see is what you get. The flowers, everything is bright and shiny and out there. And yet with the full moon in Aquarius, we're remembering what it's like to go to that place that is alien, that is out on the edges, that's outside the normal, that's different, that's other than normal. And in a way, this period of time is a time to allow that for a moment, even when it's safe, when the sun is out, to kind of go to that place where you are as eccentric and as different as you can possibly imagine. For Tarot.com, I'm Rick Levine.